Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Friday, happy everything, right? Like happy, happy, happy. Let's see something. All right, so while everyone's piling in, I'm just saving one of my documents. Sorry, I'm like 10 seconds late. It's because of this. April. All right, everyone. Whoa, we have a full house today. How cool is that? All right, so I got my stuff saved and we can get going. So we're not going to be ultimately too long. It's Thanksgiving weekend, and we want to go ahead and respect that of everyone. And at the same time, we do want to respect that on Fridays, we have a whole new audience that we don't have during the week, because on Fridays, we do 2 o'clock, which allows a lot of our audience from New Zealand and Australia and from that side of the globe to actually participate. So we don't want to leave them out. We want everyone to have as much fun as possible, right? Right. Okay, cool. Hi, folks. Hi, folks. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So freaking cool. All right. Hi from France. Misha's in the house. And who doesn't love Misha? Huh. So much has gone on this week, and so much good stuff has gone this week. Yeah. I wish I could do the, I don't have the emoji to do the kissing face back, or I would. So I wanted to spend today kind of giving some updates from where we are, right? So we can always go ahead and pull up our sheets and we can see it in live, in real time, where everything is. But let's kind of give it a bit of a commentary first, right? So this is our second week. I believe we launched last week, right? And in doing so, we were able to more or less continually learn what we don't know, right? Like the scariest thing in life is the unknown unknowns, right? You don't know what you don't know. That's always a problem. But in building any type of business or any type of anything, you want to go ahead and put yourself in the best position to be in position to understand, learn, and acknowledge what you don't know, when you don't know it, how you don't know it, and what you need to do to change that, right? So what we did was, we've spent this whole year building the platform, first of all. So it's not like we just got here and we're like, hey, we're here, now let's figure it out. No. But for anyone to believe that they're able to celebrate hard work just because they've spent, you know what, I've been working hard the last year, therefore I'm going to celebrate today. Well, that's crazy. You don't celebrate just because you've done hard work. You celebrate when you get to your destination. And even then you celebrate maybe a little bit because you have to move forward. So just because we've been working our tails off all year doesn't mean that we celebrate today. It just means we're continuing to move forward. That being said, over the last 2 weeks, now that we actually launched the platform, we've had the opportunity to learn a lot of stuff. And in knowing where we are, and in knowing where we're going to go, our best way of doing so was literally listing projections week after week after week after week that we have to be accountable to. Now, let's go ahead and, we'll pull it up in a second, right? So in offering the entire globe real-time access to your balance sheet and your projections, you really put yourself out there to show people, hey, we're doing it, or hey, we're completely wrong. Hey, these are the numbers we have to hit, and these are the numbers that we did or did not hit, right? Yeah, no, totally cool. Abdul, welcome. And that's when you start learning more stuff, right? So let me go ahead and put a little bit of color to this. So in terms of how we started, right? Before we decided to make everything free, we created the platform and went ahead and created high-value services that were a monthly recurring investment, right? So many businesses said, okay, yeah, listen, I'll give you 500 a month, I'll give you 100 a month, I'll give you 37 a month, I'll give you whatever number a month it is for the associated platform that I'm going to be participating in, because not only do I believe in you, but I believe in the Rhino platform. Great. And in doing so, I had the opportunity to have so many different phone conversations with everyone. And everyone was kind of the same person. And not to take away any individuality, but the overarching problem isn't our particular lives. That's not the challenge. The challenge is that 1% of the population own 99% of the wealth. Therefore, you could be from this country, that country, this gender, this race, this age, whatever. your story kind of is the same as everyone's. Hey, I'm working my tail off. I'm doing this. I'm having a little bit of difficulty. If I could just do this, and if I could just get to this place, then I could do that. And then I can really realize this. And this is what I have to spend. Can't really go higher. Can't really go lower. That's what I got. Cool. Now that sounds like a whole bunch of like, Anthony, what did you really say? But that's exactly where we all are together. In fact, every single person on this call, because I could see everyone in it, could fill in those blanks and say, okay, well, that does kind of sound like me. I'm in this spot. I work my tail off. I have these accommodations, these responsibilities, this 9 to 5, this side hustle. I have this much money. I'm projected to make this much. If I could do this, this, and this. And that's not to any fault of your own. You're completely disadvantaged. That's what I'm trying to tell everyone. You see, we grew up with this mentality of, us good people, that we are going to live and die based on our work ethic. There's no excuses. There's no reasons that we can't accomplish our dreams. And that is true. But that sentence has magnitudes to it, right? Like if I'm being held down by 50 people, is it impossible that I can get up? No. But is it highly unlikely that I'm going to get up? Yes. If 1,000 people are each being held down by 50 people, how many of those 1,000 people can get up? If the answer is just one, well, that's exactly what we're doing here, right? I'm setting myself up as the leader for this platform. It's my platform. I'm the leader of it, but I'm taking everyone with me. We're all in it together. And I'm simply saying that I understand the difficulties that we all have. So let's go get it done. And this is what we need to do to get it done. So that's not as simple as it might sound, but there's so much of a disadvantage that we all seek, that we all face in an everyday based on our business. None of us grew up with millions of dollars here. None of us grew up with stock market analysis here. None of us grew up with ability to call our congressman friend or our congressman father or our CEO friend, or we were part of this company or that company. No, we're in it as, all right, listen, this is who we are. Let's go out there and do it. That would be great if it was fair. Well, when you have 1% that has 99% of the wealth and they dictate media, policy, Congress, tax law, all the rest of it, they sit up on a perch and say, okay, you people, okay, did you guys know that this person doesn't like this person? Now fight. And all the while, we're going through our days saying, oh my God, can you believe this person drove through those people? Can you believe this vaccine mandate? Can you believe this? This vaccine thing makes no sense. In fact, I'm hearing that there's a new COVID variant out there. And I simply think to myself, maybe I was a really bad student, right? Like maybe I'm just actually dumb. I've always believed if you get vaccinated against something, you're safe against it, right? Not that you get vaccinated against something and then there's a new variant and you get vaccinated again, and then there's a new variant, you get vaccinated. That sounds like craziness to me. At what point am I going to not have to get vaccinated? Do I have to get vaccinated 15 times for 15 variants? And every time a vaccination is made, you know what they don't know? They cannot predict what vaccine is going to be made next. Therefore, if you can't predict what vaccine is going to be made next, but you can tell me that I'm going to need it, well, then you can't tell me how those are going to interact. Therefore, I don't actually believe you. And if I don't believe you, but I'm being forced to put things in my body that you're telling me to, well, then there's a serious problem. And the problem is the fact that I don't have the ability, I don't have the microphone, I don't have the sway, the influence, the money to go ahead and simply share that this is my personal opinion, this is my personal body, and this is what I want to do. In fact, I'm shamed. How dare you say that? You're an anti-vaxxer. This. Who in the world believes Joe Biden's actually vaccinated? Who believes that 80-year-old man that can't even walk and talk at the same time is taking new vaccinations, right? Nobody. But he said he did, which means he's lying to all of us. Now, this isn't a political commentary. This is a commentary on how when you are so disadvantaged that you do not have any power, that you cannot even control any decisions that you make. Your decisions are made for you. If you do something along the lines of what's been decided for you, yeah, that was your idea. Oh, it's your idea to get vaccinated? Good idea. You're really smart. Oh, you don't want to get vaccinated? Well, you got to get vaccinated. Sorry, got to put it on you. So you don't get to make a decision that's against what other people want you to make. And that's all a powered argument. if the wealth was distributed fairly, then everyone would have an equal share and an equal say of things. Because people could then say, hey, listen, I don't want to do this. And now there's a market that has to go ahead and facilitate them, right? Like if you have a bunch of people that say they don't want to do something, well, now new businesses sprout up so that they can service them. And that allows a free economy to grow in a free way. But when you're not allowed to do certain things, well, then that can never happen. So what Rhino thinks and what Rhino says and what Rhino believes the future looks like is that it is where we are today, just a little bit more, right? Like, I don't want to live in a world where already I could see the lack of decisions I have and the lack of opportunity that I have, that's just going to progressively get worse. Because you got to remember, we're all adults. We grew up playing outside with our friends. We grew up going to the neighbor's house. We grew up like taking the bus at 2 a.m. and hoped our parents didn't find out, right? We did not grow up with social media. In fact, we adopted social media. In fact, we had fully formed brains when we adopted social media, and look what it's done to us. Anyone with their right sense could say, hey, you guys, yeah, well, you're smart. You could think for yourself. We're not after you. We're after your children. Yeah, because your children grew up with social media. Their brains were formed with social media. In fact, we've infected them with so much highly sexualized stuff, highly racialized stuff, highly policed stuff. We've done what we need to do to make sure that your children never comply with any type of societal norms, that they never comply with any type of industries. We've made sure that your children will always fight and do what they're told. In fact, we've made sure that your children are completely brainwashable and we can enslave them at any point. So you guys, you're gonna die. When you die, goodbye. It's your children that then we know how to talk to them because we've been feeding them ever since they were like out the womb, right? So we must understand that life is much longer than our lives. It's not about us. It's about the generation underneath us. And have you seen your kids? Have you gone to the mall and seen the kids out there? Do you trust that that generation is going to be able to stand up to a highly trillion-dollar industry of not only 1%, but by that point, 0.5% that own 99.5% of the globe? Are they going to be able to stand up to them? I don't think so. So what does that world look like, right? What does the world look like 100 years from now when not our children, but our children's children, whose parents who grew up with social media, all owned by the same 1% of people, have now funneled down to that generation? What does that look like? When you have self-driving cars, when you have chips inside of people, when you have all of this stuff, what does that world look like? Well, I think it's kind of scary, right? And I think that I don't want that world for my children. So the way I'm going to do something about it is create my alternate economy. Because here's the thing that no one ever seems to stop and think about. And it's not because you're not smart enough to, it's because people don't let you think about this. 1% own 99% of the wealth, and they think they own the power. That's wrong. You know who owns the power? The 99% of population that only has 1% of the wealth. You know why? Because we outnumber the 1% by 99 times. Because the 1% has so much wealth that they cannot actually grow on themselves, right? Like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett get in a room together. And they say, okay, guys, we're so rich. Let's get richer on each other. And they go, well, how can we ever do that? Like, my money's mine, your money's yours. If I give you money, I have less. And then you give it back to me, we both have equal. So how does that work? That doesn't work like that. They sit there and say, okay, how do we get more of those people? We need to get more of them to buy our stuff. Well, here's the problem that they don't want you to know. If the 99% ever said to the 1%, hey, you guys could go kick rocks. I'm done buying your SHIT from Target and Walmart. In fact, I'm done with you altogether. I'm done voting for you. I'm done going to your stores. I'm done buying your garbage. I'm just done. In fact, instead of buying from you, I'm going to buy from my neighbor. You know why? Because I like my neighbor. And you know why? My neighbor likes me. So I'm going to buy from them. You know what the 1% would do? They would lose their minds, because the vulnerability of the 1% is because they have so much stuff, they have so much stuff to lose. But when you lose that much stuff, you don't go back to zero. You go way under zero, because you have mortgages, you have debt, you have bonds, you have employee contracts, you have lawyers, you have contracts, you have so much stuff that if the customers of Target said, hey, guess what? All of us have agreed we're never Target again. Do you know what would happen to Target? Do you know what would happen to the owner of Target? Do you know what happened to? They'd all be worth less than zero. That's the power. The power is in population. It's not in the wealth. It's in the population, because the population could say, oh, you guys have 99% of the wealth for that economy? Cool. I hope you guys enjoy it, because we're going to come over here and make a new economy, and we're going to have 99% of our wealth. We're going to have 99 times more in wealth in what we do than what you do. So here. And then those people would say, oh my God, whoa, if you guys do that, then we have nothing. How do we get you back? How do we get you back? And we say, guess what? That's the power that the 99% have. And you do that ever without raising any type of fist. There's no need to have a physical revolution. You just got to be smart enough to do it. So how do we create this alternate economy? How do we create something that can compete with them? No, so Jean-Pierre, I agree with you. I believe what happened over the last decade or two has shown what percentage of the population is brainwashable. But I don't believe that you combat someone that's brainwashed by telling them they're brainwashed. That does not work. Have you ever tried telling someone, hey, you're brainwashed? Do they ever say to you, oh, well, good thing you told me, because if you didn't? No, it's the brainwash is immune to being told they are brainwashed. And I know you didn't say that, but I'm just opining about it. The only way you could save someone that's brainwashed is by offering them a better alternative and allowing them to decide that for themselves. It's kind of like, how do you get rid of a stalker? Well, you just introduce them to someone else for them to stalk, right? As long as you're able to allow someone to make the decision for themselves, they can live and die by it. So how do we go ahead and bring people from an economy that doesn't work for them to an economy that can work for them? You have to empower them. You have to give them stuff. You have to show them what it is all about. But the only way you could do that is have such belief in the outcome that you could go ahead and invest in people in the near term, right? So what Rhino did was, okay, we have all these great offers and services. People pay us. You know what? It's all free. We are giving the money back. We are canceling all payments. We do not want any money from our members, because it's not, we will not get rich on the backs of our 99% members. It's impossible. We need to create a new economy. If, say, say the entire 99% of the population that shares 1% of the wealth all said, hey, Rhino, we love you. We're giving you all of our money. Do you know what Rhino would have? Rhino would have, first of all, 99% of the population have no money left because they gave it all to me. And Rhino would have 1% of the net worth of the globe, which is 99 times less than what they have. So in no world does that even come close to making sense, only because I see the bigger picture, right? I'm not looking to get rich. I'm looking to change the world. And I will get rich along the way. Like, I'm not going to be begging for coins outside of Penn Station, but my goal is to change the world, right? So how do we do this? How do we create that alternate economy? Well, what Rhino realizes, you have to be able to empower people with success. Well, how do you give people success? You can't just give it to them. Success has to be earned. And success is a mentality. It's when you believe that you did something that provided a level of success on your merits, you feel successful. In fact, you feel like that's something you're unwilling to just give up. In fact, I bet you that nobody who's done, random driving through parades or random mass casualty events ever did so believing, oh God, I hope I don't get caught because I run a really strong local business. I really hope my coffee shop doesn't go down because I'm going to run over 10 people that are innocent walking around with Christmas stuff. That doesn't ever happen. If someone develops a level of success by themselves, they They don't give that up. It's only when someone feels like they have nothing, when they feel like everything's been taken from them, that they lose it. So when we see all these crazy things going on and we're like, oh my God, look at the world. How is this happening? How is this happening? There's a solution. There's an answer. We've allowed so much to be taken from so many people that when they do something, we deem them as crazy. Oh my God, look at that person. They were crazy. That person that drove his car through the Christmas parade and killed like 10 innocent people. I don't know that he's crazy. I know what he did is crazy. I know what he did is morally reprehensible, and I believe he burns in hell. But do I think that he as a person is crazy? I have no idea. Maybe he got to the point where so much was taken from him. Maybe he saw things that he could never unsee. Maybe he got to a point where he's so disadvantaged that he said, you know what? The world has done this to me. I'm going to do this to the world. And in that moment, he thought it was a good idea, and he thought he was going to go out with a blaze of fire. To me, that sounds kind of heroic. But the actions of what he did was completely cowardly and disgusting. My point is, I can't judge him. I don't know him. But I could say that there's a level of culture that festers and creates those people. Like, how many mass shootings and all the rest do we see? Oh, mass shootings. You got to get rid of the guns. Welcome to Philadelphia and Chicago. These two, do you know Philadelphia has 500 murders right now with a Democratic mayor? Do you know Chicago has like 500 murders a weekend with a Democratic mayor? Do you know they have the strongest gun law in the whole nation? It's not. I understand guns are the things that kill people, and I understand that people don't need assault rifles. Like I'm a reasonable adult. I don't think, first of all, I don't think you should be allowed to hunt with a gun, period. If you can't hunt with a bow and arrow, then you don't deserve to hunt, because I think fairness goes to the animals too. I think that if you go out and hunt and the deer goes ahead and kills you, I'm okay with that. I think that's fair. I don't think you should be able to go deer hunting with a bazooka. That's not fair, right? The next person that wants to kill a rhino or an elephant, let them do it with a bow and arrow. And when that elephant stomps on their head, I'll be there eating popcorn and cheering, right? Let it be fair. But I do not believe that the guns pick themselves up and kill people. I think there's a sick, mentally ill individual behind them that makes that decision, right? So everything in fairness. And I do understand both arguments, but I also understand that if you take everyone's guns away and the only people left with the guns are the government, that's a problem. I don't care what you say, that's a problem. If the only people with guns are the same people that can tell you what to do, well, if you put those two together, you just need one bad person and you're a slave. So I'm not taking that risk. If you want to take that risk, go to a country that has that risk. I don't know. Getting back to Rhino, though, if we're able to empower people, and how do we do that, right? We bring people onto the platform, and then we say, do you have a business, or do you have an existing business, or do you have a business idea, right? And in doing so, you go ahead and fill out that submission. That submission comes to Rhino. Then we go ahead and get in touch with you and say, okay, we see the business that you have, or we see the business you want to create. We have a team together. Let's build the website. Let's build the business plan. Let's put it on the marketplace. Great. Now, that means that the marketplace grows. We're bringing new businesses on the marketplace. Now, how are we bringing these businesses? We're creating them, right? We're taking someone, Joe Smith, who's 23 years old, is a bartender in Nevada that wants to create a online, teach someone how to paint, right? Like he wants to teach people to paint. He's a good painter, whatever. Well, now that we're able to create him a website that allows him to offer his services and teaching how to paint, and he has videos and he has tutorials and he has plans and he has payment options. Now he's a business. That business gets brought onto Rhino Marketplace. Now that Rhino Marketplace, who goes ahead and patronizes them? Well, two things, right? If everyone on the marketplace were regular people that built a business on Marketplace, then it stands fair to reason that they would go ahead and support each other, because everyone's success is everyone else's success. Therefore, if you have an economy where the business owner is the customer to another business, and every business owner is its own business, and every customer has their own business, and they all patronize each other, well, you keep money in the economy, you bring money from outside into the economy, and you grow the economy larger, larger, larger. Well, how do you grow the membership? Very simple. How do we invite anyone on? It's free. Come in. We're going to do this all for you. And then we go ahead and give you the tools, give it to you, and let it grow. Well, Anthony, the only way to have a successful business is if you have members that come to it, if you have people that patronize it, you have to have customers. Yes, I know. Well, guess who the customers are? All the people that we're bringing on. The whole community just goes ahead and helps itself. Now, what makes it special? And I only have 5 minutes because I have to get off at 2:30, right? We created Rhino Coin. Rhino Coin will be the exclusive means of transaction for this economy, for the Rhino ecosystem by January 2023, which means Rhino Coin's value is completely dependent, forecastable, and calculatable by the statistics that we're able to build between now and then, right? If a platform only accepts a certain coin, well, what's the value of that coin? Well, what's on the platform? You tell me what's on the platform and I'll tell you what I'm willing to pay for it, right? So if the platform has, say, 1 million members, 1 million businesses, does $1 million a weekly transaction, has a demand ratio, has a growth ratio, has all of these things, well, whoa, that coin's really valuable. Look at all the people that want it. Look how much success is based on it. Look how much dependence there is on it. Look how much investment there is into it. I want that. It's basically creating your own country. You create a country, you create a currency. The currency is valued by how great the country is. That's what Rhino's doing with an ecosystem, with an economy. Rhino's making its own economy. I have 4 minutes left. Oh, so the development of the Emancipation app is going, but honestly, I don't think I even need it anymore. Because what we're doing is growing past that. The Emancipation app does not, I am not hostage to an app. And the reason I say hostage is because I've been spending 5 to 6 months getting this app done, and I've run into every single problem from Apple and Google to do it. And I think maybe one of those people are watching what we're doing, and I'm not willing to allow our community to be hostage to those dirtbags. So I don't actually think we need it. That being said, I have 3 minutes. Let me do a bit of a screen share so I could show people what we're talking about. All right. So let's go to Google. And again, I'll say this 1,000,001 times. I always want people to do this. Please help us out. Go to Google, distributive marketing. And what you'll find is we come up pretty high, right? There we are, front page. These are all ads, 1, 2, 3, 4 ads. We're number 3 on the Google front page because everyone's helped us and because we have a lot of traffic to our site, right? Cool. Where's my chat function? Pulling that out, here it is. Okay, so first, Rhino University, I want to give everyone the link to it. And everyone, by the way, it's distributivemarketing.com, Rhino University, it's right there. What is your take on this statement about the Rhino platform? At first glance, the platform seems like a type of MLM and not a new niche technology for the internet advisement revenue sharing. Whoever said that, tell them to kick rocks. See, here's the problem, and this isn't at you, Michael. People are so uneducated that all they know how to do is scam other people. So when there's ever any type of platform that comes out there that has any type of revenue sharing, people are so uneducated that all they know is, oh, platform, revenue sharing, I've been scammed. MLM, it must be LMM, MLM. It's not. You know what makes us different from an MLM? The fact that we have the platform. Remember, the coin and the revenue share is all dependent and supported by the actual platform. Without the platform, it's a pyramid scheme. With the platform, it's actually a country. So remember, how is the coin valued? The coin is valued because it's the exclusive means of transaction come January 2023, which means the coin's value is dependent on what are you transacting? Do I want to transact on that platform or do I not? Well, if we have all of these businesses transacting on the platform and all of these businesses are supporting each other and this is the only place they transact, well, now you have a lot of demand for that coin, which means that demand is actually real, built in real dollars, and I'll show it to you in a second. But I get so disgusted by people that say MLMs and all the rest. Those people that say it are so close-minded that they look at things and they say, huh, that must be too good to be true because everything's too good to be true for me. Exactly, that's the point of the whole platform. Everyone's been so disadvantaged and screwed over 1,000,000 times that they are unable and incapable of even seeing something that's good in front of them. In fact, when they do, they're brainwashed and think it's not for them, unless the media comes out and says, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. And then they can tell you to swallow your own tongue and you would. That's what we're trying to get away from. Woof, Andy's fired up today. All right. And I have to go, it's 2:30. This is the partnership, Rhino University. This is the form that you would fill out. It comes directly to us, in which case we could then build you your website, because then it ends up on Marketplace. Now, mind you, we just launched last week, so I know there's only 6, there's more coming. This is this one just came out today. So this is the website. This is what they do. Now let's go to the website. Look at this, look how beautiful this is. Would you like this to be your website? Would you like to be on this marketplace? Well, Ant, the marketplace, I only see 6 there, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because it's growing, right? Like it's growing. Then you get to the coin, and that's what we were talking about. What are the projections? Well, when you get to the Rhino coin balance sheet, and this goes to what Michael was saying, well, how can you tell what the value of the coin is? Well, here's the values, right? All right, Ant, well, these numbers you just made up, right? Like you can't tell me what the value is going to be 112 weeks from now. What I can tell you is this is the number of weeks. This is the traffic on the website. This is the webinar registrants. This is the growth rate of 15% week over week of members, businesses, how many transactions, what's the volume of transactions, how many members own the coin, how many investors own the coin, what's the actual value of the coin if you divided the weekly transactions divided by the supply, what's the demand ratio, how many people want it as measured by the growth statistics, what is the growth statistics, and if you calculate that all, you get this number, right? Well, this is a managed market. It's not a free market till January 2023, but you get this number, meaning I'm able to, and you're able to, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, in real time, see numbers pre-inputted and then calculated, which means the numbers that are over here are always going to be the latest real-time statistics and projections. And it's all based on, what did we just say? Actual members. Let's look at week 112. Week 112, we're projected to have 1.2 billion people on the platform, 128 million businesses on the platform. And you'll never make that. Well, if you say that, cool, kick rocks, right? I know that we'll make it, because if we don't make it, we're going to know every single week, because we have all of our projections for all the numbers for every single week. Therefore, we're always going to be exactly where we need to be. Let's get out of this, because I'm so late to what I need to do. But I want, and here's the updated ledger of everyone that actually owns the coin. So if anyone thinks, oh, hey, who owns the coin? Nobody owns the coin. This is crazy. Yeah. Now, when you have this many people already vested into what we're doing, with 66 million coins already owned, that's a big deal. When this list gets to the millions, then it's out of our hands, right? Like we have no choice but to be successful, because you have 1 million people all owning coin, all on a platform together, all congregating, all looking at me, all talking to each other, all seeing the numbers at the same time. Well, then everyone's kind of like, hey, Ant, what's going on over there? The point is, anyone could make something and then step away from it and let everyone else fester. We're not doing that. We're creating our own economy. We're not creating a product. We're not creating a service. I've given everyone back their money. I've canceled all payments. I'm creating an economy. And when we do it, this will be in business programs and all the rest. I want to give everyone the opportunity to get in on the coin. It's 1.5 cents today, or till January. Then in January, it's 2 cents, February, 3 cents, March, 4 cents, April, 5 cents. Yes, this is a managed market. It's a market that Rhino's guaranteeing. If you get in at 1.5 cents today and want to sell it in February at 3 cents, we're guaranteeing that sale for you. You know why? Because if you want to sell it at 3 cents, I'll buy it from you at 3 cents. You know why? Because I know it's going much higher, right? So this is how you do it. Everyone take a second, get on the page. I'll do it one more time. And then I got to go. And again, I'm on tomorrow at 12 o'clock and we'll do the full hour together. Friday's just, we don't really spend all that much time. All right, so we're all there. You could buy them in $100 bundles. There's 100. Let's do a quantity of 10, which is 1,000. Some people say, Ant, do we need to do 1,000? No, but I don't like only doing 100 and allowing everyone to believe 100 is the norm. 100 is not the norm. A lot of people buy a lot more than 100, but it's those people that don't buy that large amount because they think 100 is the norm that I'm doing a disservice to, and I don't want to do that. You should own as much coin as possible, because when we create an economy and each coin's worth $100,000, then the coin that you bought for $1.50 cents changes your life, the people underneath you, and we effectively take back our control, which is why we're going to change the world, right? Cool, here we go. Purchase, let me purchase 10. All right, give it to me. So as you can see, I purchased 10 the other day because 10 plus 10 is 20, but let's say it's 10, right? 10 times 100 equals 1,000. SSL Secure Shopping is the most secure way of purchasing anything. If you don't see this on the website, don't purchase. Let's go to checkout. Put in your information. This is my email. This is my first name. This is my last name. You don't need to know my address. This is my city. This is my state. This is my country. This is my state. Zip code. This is my phone number, except the last 3 numbers. Continue. Delivery method. Upon clicking continue, you're going to receive an invoice immediately, confirming your purchase. Your purchase is whatever your amount is your purchase. You divide that by 1.5 cents, and that's how much coin you'll have. Every weekend, we go ahead and send out new certificates. They're not being sent out this weekend because everything's being coded. By next weekend, which is the end of the month as well, everyone will have an updated certificate of how much Rhino coin they own. And for those who have not seen the certificates yet, they are absolutely gorgeous. And those who have seen it, it's because they have it, right? This gets sent out to you, your name, my signature, completely certified, the purchase price, and how much coin you have, right? Okay, upon doing so, you then click continue. You put in your payment information, bada bing, bada boom, and you are done. You are the proud owner of Rhino, which means your name will then be on the ledger. The ledger is being done manually, so don't beat me up. Everything's still being coded because I believe perfection is the enemy of the good, and we are not stopping what we're doing because we need to dot an I. We are going to grow together. We are going to do things so transparently that everyone can see it together, to the fact that anyone that purchases today will be on this ledger as of tomorrow, right? And then you could go on, see your name. Hey, my name's Mike. I'm on it. Cool. Very cool. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Okay, I really got to run. So here we go. Get the Rhino coin. Guys, seriously, I can't tell you enough. Even if it's can I speak to you in the PM? Yeah, Misha, you have my, so by the way, and Misha's reminded me of this because I speak to Misha all the time. In fact, I think we spoke, last week? So availability, oh, come on. Come on. All right, la. So my calendar, direct scheduling link, copy, okay. Checked. Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm putting in the chat right now, I got to do it to everyone. Did I not get the coin URL? Okay, what I just put in the chat now is my calendar, and I just added the coin URL. Go on the page, get coins. Seriously, if you only buy 100, do it. You'll thank me. If you want to actually schedule a call with me, I did put up my calendar link as well. I'm always there for everyone. So happy Thanksgiving. I totally love everyone, and I seriously do. Because anyone that knows me knows I'm here every single day. I'm like a complete lunatic. I do this every single day. And it's because I need everyone to know that we're in this together. I cannot do this without you. I really can't. And just to show you one more thing, right? Okay. So we have our Facebook ads going. We have our Twitter ads going. We're going to be scaling that up next week. By next week, you're going to see the numbers of, let's go, oh my God, why can't I stop? I need to go. Right now we have 268 members. You're going to see this number really start picking up. And when this number picks up, right? So let's say, okay, one last thing. Right now at 268 members, if our week ended right now at 268 members, the projection for Rhino Coin week 112, mind you, we're in week 2, is 45,276, right? Okay. Let's just show you again, right? Everyone see that? Okay. Now, next week, let's say we do all of our ad spend and we really pick it up. Say we get 500 members by next week, right? We're up to 500. You see all those numbers change? Let's do it one last time. See the numbers? Boom. Now they all changed. This number is then 118,000. The reason for that is every number is transparent in real time and calculated against the number before it. Meaning when we make projections up high in the sky, it's not like, okay, it's going to be 10,000. No, every number calculates to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. So if you want to sell me your coin back at 3 cents, thank you. Like, that's all I could say. Guys, we're going to change the world together. This is what it looks like. So get on board. Will there be a call tomorrow? Yes, 12 o'clock. There's only not a call on Sunday. So I'll see you on 12, Mike. Everyone has my calendar link. If you need me personally, book a call. If you miss me so much, see me tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And I'm going to do it one last time. And it's at the risk of looking silly at this point. Get the coin. I'll buy it back from you at this point. In fact, look at this. Wait, where is it? Oh, I'll show you one last thing. I keep saying that. All right, so Ant, I see that you tell me I can sell the coin. How do I sell the coin? Oh, you're right. Well, this is kind of cool. This is my name. Blah, 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 blah. I want to sell the coin in July at 8 cents. How much? I would like to sell 1,000 of my coin. Let's submit it. I'm not a robot, right? Cool, submit. I got my email. Come on. Done. That comes into my email box. Your sale is then prepared for that month, and you'll receive your money that month unless you tell me otherwise. Guys, this is all right. Love everyone. Gotta run. Bye.